Melissa, Blue Delish. These are her earrings. I bought them for her. I absolutely love them. But holy cow, they're heavy. This is the first time I've taken a leap on heavy earrings. So this is going to be good for videos because I don't think I can do it much longer. But I love them. And look at the beautiful color. Hi Crystal Balls, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please think about sticking around, liking, commenting, and subscribing. For everybody else, thank you so much for being on this journey with me. I really appreciate it, and I really love that you guys are with me during this long haul of getting to 1,000. I know 1,000 is very difficult, but you guys are making it awesome right now. So guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to not only myself, but other YouTubers, especially the small guys like us, the ones that need your help. Go and support your friends, your people that are hustling, your mom and pop places. Just go do it. It takes 30 seconds out of your day and it is free and it helps them immensely. Trust me. All right, so today I decided that it's time to kind of break up some of the, you know, bad juju, bad vibes that have been happening recently on just the world in general. There's been a lot of very sad things, and this led me to think about the most pure person that I knew growing up on television. And while a lot of people first go to Mr. Rogers, I go to Steve Irwin. That's right, we're going to talk about Steve Irwin today. See if we can get a little bit of a message from him. If we don't, I understand. I have never seen someone so pure hearted and so loving and so dedicated to his cause. So if you guys don't know who Steve Irwin was, he was the crocodile hunter. He was this guy who graced our television sets since we were young, and he has a legacy that now is being brought forth by one of the zoos in Australia, but also his two children, Bindi and Robert. So, a little bit of background about Steve Irwin. He was born in February 22nd, 1962, in Australia, and he married his wife Terry in 1992. They were together up until his very tragic death on September 4th, 2006. So he left behind little children who are now adults, and Bindi's married and has a baby, and I don't remember if Robert is married or not, or if there's more than one grandchild, but they're grandchildren. He, uh, it breaks my heart that he missed that, and it breaks my heart that he missed this time with Terry. But reading through his life, his philosophies, I know that this is okay, and it's 100% his beautiful legacy is living on, even through Terry. And they had an amazing, adventurous, memorable life together. So that's worth the weight in gold. And, a lot of us never get to experience that kind of life, let alone that kind of love. So good for them. Good for them. Um, Steve and his family lived at the zoo. What kind of amazing thing is that? He was able to wake up in the morning and see koala bears, and not just from being in Australia, but from living in the zoo. I mean, how cool is that you got to live there? I believe, if I'm correct, they actually did a special with Steve and Terry getting married. I do remember when Bindi was born. I remember them I mean, he was so happy. He was so touched, and getting to introduce her to all this wildlife. And this is also really deep for me because this is something that we could watch as a family. So it was very educational, which was Steve's main purpose in life, was to educate people about these animals, about, not having fear, and learning that yes, there is danger, but you don't have to be afraid of it as long as you know what you're doing. Steve did some crazy things. He was definitely a thrill seeker, and we used to talk in my family about how Steve Irwin is going to die of something really silly, like stepping on a nail or something, and that's how he's going to die. I know that was terrible, but it was just one of those things that, he was such a thrill seeker that it felt like, he was going to die something very mundane because he's with some of the most dangerous animals in the world and handling them and being like, "Ooh, pretty kitty," and like petting them and stuff. So his risk factor, his um, probability of dying from a wild animal attack was huge. What happened, unfortunately, it was just a regular day on set, and a stingray stabbed him through the heart. And when I heard that, the first thing I thought was, I hope the stingray was saved, because Steve would have wanted that. If I hope they didn't destroy it, because it just did what it was doing. It was an accident, and a very freak accident. Nobody expected him to get stabbed in the heart with a stingray that day. But I think he was ready to let go. I don't know why, but I just feel like he got to a point where his legacy and his gifts needed to be more than him. It needed to be something that echoed throughout the world. And in a time when we need humanity, when you need love and support, you look at some of these beautiful souls like Steve Irwin and remember that the beautiful things in life are simple. There's a couple of quotes from him that I really, really enjoy. I got these off of the Crocodile Hunter website in Australia. The first one is, "I have no fear of losing my life. If I have to save a koala, or a crocodile, or a kangaroo, or a snake, mate, I will save it." My favorite one is, "Where I live, if someone gives you a hug, it's from the heart." And I truly, truly believe that Steve Irwin was someone who lived from his heart. And I really do feel like his children have picked up that torch. So I know this is a little cheesy, but I get a little choked up because after losing my parents, I can still go back and watch the Crocodile Hunters reruns and feel like I have my family for a little bit. I feel like I'm back in that moment when I was a kid and I had, everybody, mom, dad, and my brother around, and we were all watching Steve Irwin and Terry and all of the wild, funky, weird, holy crap, he's gonna die adventures. And for that, Steve, I thank you for those memories, and thank you for helping me keep that part of myself alive, because I lost a lot and I thought that part of me was dead, but it still lives on somewhere. So I'm gonna ask Steve if he's around. No pressure, because I like talking about him. Um, I don't even know what to ask. I just want to tell him how pure of a soul he is and say thank you. And I just have a feeling that he's okay with the way that he passed, and okay that he's somewhere else and he's fine. I really feel that way, and I feel like the world needs him. And maybe this is why I'm doing this video right now, is we need to be reminded of what a beautiful, pure soul can be. I'm probably putting him on too high of a pedestal for his comfort. And if that's the case, I'm sorry. But, you know, I appreciate the lessons and the memories. All right, I know what to ask him. I want to know if there are animals in heaven, because if there's not, I'm not going. You know, I'm going to go where the animals are. So, Steve, is there animals in heaven? I get the lover's card first. And honestly, now I'm hearing what he's saying to me. This is what he wants to address first. His love life with Terry. Terry was his soulmate. She was everything to him. And he was surprised that she loved him sometimes. But he was also surprised to find someone just as adventurous as him. And there was nobody else. Terry, I know there's no way in hell you'll ever see this, but if for some reason you ever do, there's nobody else he would have spent his time on this earth except with you. That was truly a gift. That was a gift. He fought really hard for education and rights and just so much. He really, really fought hard for things that we know nothing about, because he wasn't just the face of, you know, the crocodile hunter. There was a whole empire behind it, and they fought for endangerment, for helping endangered species, and for helping people to not be afraid. But there was a lot of fighting in the background, but I mean more like diligence, debating, I don't know the right words, a lot of advocacy. A lot of that happened, and that was something very, very behind the scenes, but it was important. He has passed his torch on to Bendy. She is the queen. She really is. She was the queen of his heart for the moment she was born, and you know, Robert's nothing to shy away from either. He is strong in his own right, and it's almost like when you look at his children and you listen to them, sometimes you feel like you hear Steve. He is speaking through them, and that's okay, because that beautiful part of him is still alive in this universe. Okay, so I asked, he's answering my question now. Thank you. Thank you. Is there animals on the other side? And I know this might be a little bit difficult to see, but the card has a ram, a lion, a bird, and a human, with a human in the middle. You know, you can read all these cards 120 different ways, but this is a specific question that I ask, and that tells me that there are animals all around with humans. So wherever this is, that's where I'm going to go, because I have I have many animals that I would like to reunite with and be part of my forever, or be part of me until my next life, whatever the case may be. I don't know. Um, he he says his son is fighting the cause. Not that his daughter isn't, but his son is currently fighting the cause, which means he's fighting the same types of battles as far as education and trying to keep open dialogue about endangered species and educating on what is dangerous and what is not. Don't go out in the wild and just like pick up a snake, especially in Australia, because they'll kill you. Yeah. Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. And this is just something interesting. So, him crossing over is just another adventure. It's nothing to be afraid of, is what he's saying. Life was an adventure, but so is this. You need to embrace the adventure. Don't be fearful of it, because change happens, and there is no reason to be bound by fear. I think that's going to be a good way to stop, because that's a pretty brilliant message. And again, I know it's cheesy, but thank you, Steve Irwin. Thank you for being part of my life ever so slightly and giving me some pretty fantastic memories with my family. All right, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in this world. Remember that every single day is an adventure. Use your time wisely. Bye for now.